As we near the end of the year 2021, recently we had a major Artemis update presentation given by NASA Administrator Bill Nelson that we're going to summarize in this video for you. Finally, all the legal actions regarding NASA's selection of SpaceX as the contractor for the Artemis Human Landing Systems are over, and progress once again is being made on Artemis's Return to the Moon project. Welcome to Reaching for the Moon, hosted by me, Ed Grace. Before we start our update on Artemis, there was a small handling problem with the James Webb Space Telescope at the European Space Agency's French Guiana launch facility. It was decided to do some additional testing on the James Webb Space Telescope to ensure that no damage had occurred to the telescope. Fortunately, retesting determined there was none. However, the retesting did cause the launch date to be delayed by 4 days, from December 18th to December 22nd, 2021. Bill Nelson, NASA Administrator, recently provided his first major update to NASA's Artemis program since he was appointed to the position earlier this year by President Biden. The briefing with space recorders came 5 days after the U.S. Court of Federal Claims ruled against Blue Origin's lawsuit for NASA's selection of SpaceX to build the lunar lander for the Artemis program. NASA and SpaceX are now free to resume development of the Artemis Human Landing System. Previously, Nelson had promised to provide an update on the Artemis program following the lawsuit, and with this briefing, he made good on his promise. However, what he said, most people would not consider good news. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said returning to the moon as quickly and safely as possible is an agency priority. However, with the recent lawsuit and other factors, the first human landing in the Artemis program is likely to be no earlier than 2025, he added. 2 years ago, then President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence challenged NASA and proposed an aggressive goal of landing humans on the moon by 2024. Technically, this never seemed like a reasonable goal, but NASA never formally acknowledged or denied the date and always promoted the 2024 date, as seen on my shirt, which now makes it obsolete, as the date, the Artemis goal for landing a crew on the moon. However, Nelson formally acknowledged the landing on the moon delay, citing reasons including that Blue Origin litigation, lower than requested appropriations from Congress for lander development, and the fact that the 2024 date was unrealizable when it was proposed as reasons to delay the Artemis moon landing until at least 2025. NASA earlier this year awarded SpaceX a contract to develop the Human Landing System for Artemis, the agency's spaceflight program tasked with returning humans to the moon. The selection didn't sit well with Blue Origin and its CEO, Jeff Bezos, who decided first to protest NASA's SpaceX contract award to the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, and when the GAO failed to uphold their protest, to later sue NASA in federal court. These actions by Blue Origin forced NASA and SpaceX to halt work on the contract and stop development of the Human Landing System for 7 months. The good news was that the federal judge finally ruled in favor of NASA and SpaceX, so development work on the Artemis Human Landing System is now proceeding. The biggest news at the press conference was NASA's formal acknowledgement that a human landing on the moon in 2024 is not possible, but there were plenty of other noteworthy tidbits. We've lost nearly 7 months in litigation and that likely has pushed the first human landing likely to be no earlier than 2025, Nelson said, putting the majority of the blame for the delay in NASA's return to the moon firmly on Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Origin, and its lawyers. The first launch in the Artemis lunar program, Artemis 1, will take place in 2022, with NASA using its new Orion capsule and SLS launch system. This will be an uncrewed flight test, and it is still scheduled at this time for February of 2022. The mission will loop around the moon before returning to a splashdown in the Earth as shown on this diagram. Second mission, Artemis 2, would come in 2024, when a crew will loop around the moon before returning to Earth as shown in this image. Finally, the next mission will be the Artemis 3, which will be a crewed lunar landing mission that will occur in 2025 and include the first woman to walk on the surface of the moon as shown in this image on the screen. It is still planned that the Lunar Gateway and Human Landing System will be available for the Artemis 3 mission. Well, that ends today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button and the subscribe notification buttons to receive an email every time Reaching for the Moon posts a new video. Thank you for watching, and remember always, failure is not an option. Bye.